All right, dude. Honestly, I don't even know who I want to run to start this off, because like the final thing is that I gotta do the Nyx ditto. I gotta see how I can handle myself.
Yeah, you're not even, probably wouldn't be bad at Nyx because you have the scythe from Jiro, and I think you do have some guns.
Yeah, I played a little Lucian in my time. I'll just start right off with Jiro. Actually, I don't really I don't really care.
True.
Let's go for it. What maps do you usually like when you're playing Nyx?
I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've been in Nyx brain, but I think usually like maps with close kill boxes so that I can gimp people with like 3 moves on scythe
Yeah.
because yeah, I would just play off stage if you didn't know. Just all day with Nyx.
Right. Yeah, no, I remember that, dude. I remember the days of getting the Java that
Really?
would like completely forgot because like once you played Bodvar, that all changed like tremendously.
Yeah. No, that was the reason that I switched. Okay, this is actually lore. Like like okay, so I was in call with Wubs
hmm
and I picked I wanted in my head because I was a fan of Melee. I never really played Melee that much, or I was never really good at it, but
Right.
um I'm a big fan of the esports, and I really like just how dedicated the players are, and they always would talk about neutral because there's not really a whole lot of like, I don't know, the idea of neutral was kind of, I feel like, even lost on like most of the Brawlhalla community at all even then.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
so and everyone would say Lil Caps has insane neutral, and I think it's
hmm
because there's not like just a lot else that Lil Caps will do, and he makes
Right.
it work with just Bodvar, so he's like the quintessential neutral player. So I was like, okay, Bodvar neutral, I can't play neutral. Everyone that beats me just sits in the middle of the stage, and that's all they do, and I
hmm
just lose. So that's probably OP. So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I picked Bodvar and did it. And I said after I got 2500 with Bodvar, which was unimaginable for me because like he required skill, like
Yeah.
compared to how I used to play. It's arguable if you require skill in general, but um I did that, and the first game I played white. I played Polar Bear Bodvar. It was white Bairdvar with like the snow shovel or something, and I queued Cossalix, and I was 0-20 with Cossalix. I remember it,
Okay.
and I
Yeah.
was 0-20, and I beat him, and he ended his stream,
That's
and I
funny.
was like, "Let's go."
You beat him
This
once and he
is
decided to end.
yeah. He was like, "Dude, I'm done."
That's actually
And
funny.
it was my first win ever on Cossalix, and it's funny because Cossalix is one of the pros that I have like the best matchup into because I literally my entire character was just the crux
Yeah.
of it was just countering him from the very beginning. So
Right.
it's
Right.
just
Right.
like I just have that on lockdown. The reason I started playing Nyx and this skin is because of Effie.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
because I watched him at BCX 2017, I think.
Right. No, that
When he
was the
got top
tournament you
eight.
played it. Yep. And
Mhm.
he went absolutely. He went nanners, dude. I think what
Mhm.
did he get? He ended up getting eighth, I think, with me. But yeah, because I'm pretty sure he lost to Pugsy. I don't completely remember.
I remember he beat Daiku, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
In
Oh
once.
yeah. Maybe that was. I don't completely remember.
That was
I
like
don't
an
know. It's so
insane
hard,
set. It
dude.
was like a esports set, like a
It was.
real set.
Yeah, it was Dobrain. Like him and Dobrain
Oh,
played. Yeah, that was so
oh
lit.
yeah. And it was like the scythe recovery on the left side of
It was
shipwreck. I
so
remember it
weird,
now.
yeah. And I think Scythe Recovery is still pretty much just that broken. I don't even know. It was just weird because it was like, how did that even...
It's broken in the sense that it's good, but also just
Yeah,
not functional.
right, yeah. Because I remember it was like, I forget, I think Dobrain actually did it first. And then Effie like came in, or it was like vice versa. One of them did it first and that person lost pretty much. And it was just weird. Because Scythe was also like really, really new at the time.
Yeah. He was like a labber. I remember Effie,
Yeah.
dude. So I drew a lot of inspiration from him. My goal was one day to like do amazingly well because I was still trying to get good when he quit, and then like DM him and be like,
hmm
you started everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It didn't feel right at a certain point. I felt like I don't know. Seemed far away from the game, and it's like felt like I just wanted to do that for my own like validation. So I was
Okay,
like,
yeah,
nah.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure he'd like appreciate it. Like, I don't think he would have been. Like, but I completely understand that like that feeling where it's like, okay, who am I really doing this for? Am I actually being like super appreciative, or am I just wanting to, have that form of validation for myself?
Wow, that worked. Gun delay recovery on this map is actually a menace.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Brawlhaven in general though is just like it's a menace, but Brawlhaven in general is just it's a D spot. Honestly, I think Brawlhaven, so it probably is the best competitive map in Brawlhalla right now.
I like it. There was one moment in BCX where I was fighting Megdi on Fate and I killed him in orange from the middle of the stage with the stomp stare. And the commentators were like, how did that kill? I was like, wow. He switched to Fate and he was playing no way. That's the
I'm trolling now.
That's the hammer player tech. But yeah, that's kind of the origin. Also, I just wanted to be really good off stage because Boomy was always really good off stage, and also blasters from Boomy because I was just a big Boomy fan from the beginning as well. Because BCX 2017 is the first thing I ever watched, and I saw everything there. And the reason I was such a Boomy fan, and low-key, now that I'm starting to talk to Boomy more, I always feel like asking him, and maybe you know this, what? Because you remember in BCX 2017, it was like LDZ got 3-0'd and then 3-0'd Addy, right?
Yeah.
And in between the sets, LDZ got
coached by Boomy.
Coaching,
yeah.
And Boomy told him something, and it went from 3-0'd to 3-0'ing, and I was like, dude, this guy Boomy knows something. Like, he's got to be the best. So that's why he became my favorite player. But I actually can figure out now, feasibly, Remy or maybe Boomy. Like, I mean, Boomy or Remy or someone will know, like, what did he say to him? Maybe he was just like, stop spamming or something. B6 27-26 was not like, but maybe it was something he could say, and I don't know. I kind of curious now.
I mean, to be fair, given it was LDZ, like, it could have been something pretty elaborate, but like, it doesn't. I don't think Missy's. I don't think the what was said is like necessarily that important. It's more so because LDZ was and still is like that good and just has an ability to adapt like a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Like he was just able to apply what was said very well. Like, he just needed something to point him in the right direction, and he got that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, maybe because I've actually done that. I've done that where I like give people coaching kind of before they go into a set, and they do like really way better than they would have, and I wonder, like, is that normal? Like, is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose they like had it in them, right? But I don't know. Coaching is kind of weird. I actually stopped doing it because it felt weird at a certain point when I would be friends with both people, and I realized, like, I don't know, getting involved is like not right. So I just feel like you gotta have your own skill.
Right. Well, yeah, especially since, like, in Hypnotic, a lot of the people are doing pretty well now. So it's kind of like, okay,
yeah.
Like, why bother picking a side when you're going to be rooting against, essentially, like, in some regards, like a teammate to a degree. They're just a friend,
Yeah.
That's a very good point, though.
Whoa, Scythe.
Oh. What do you think about the balance changes that are lined up?
Bro, I didn't even realize with the hammer changes are going to be bigger than I thought. Because recovery startup means that Nair recovery is not really going to be that good anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't do it a huge amount, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hammer did get hit probably the hardest. Maybe axe harder. I don't know. I'd have to play on it.
Yeah.
I like the D-Light lag nerf. That was a smart nerf. That was a really smart nerf because it would literally be not punishable. Like, even from like the ground. I couldn't punish it with a stomp on reaction. I had to like end light to get the faster startup. So that was stupid.
Yeah. No. The D-Light on axe, I think, is one of the more underrated moves in the game because it's just weird because people with axe never really use it that much. Like, I'll see it, people use it against me, but at the same time, it's just like it does not feel like it gets used that much. Also, out of unslick. Not too early.
Ooh, good believe
Oh,
that. Ooh, the classic.
Not so much in twos, but in ones. I think Dusk can be really good. Because to me, like Dusk could be really good in 2s. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I think there's something to be said about very like big Sigs in 2s, and Hattori also. Like, I don't know. Hattori just feels like okay, why play Dusk when you could play Hattori?
Yeah, I really think that sword is honestly like, people cry about heavy weapons every single day, but sword in 2s is genuinely like broken.
Yeah, sword goes hard, dude.
I think that double sword is still underrated.
Yeah,
by the pro scene.
It's just like, I don't know. The dynamic nowadays is no one's really doing double sword. Now it's all like, you know, you're gonna have your sword player, but then you're gonna also have like whatever else, really. Like, you're gonna have someone who mainly is playing hammer. Like, honestly, I think the only team in top 8 that really played double sword was you and Stingray. So
yeah,
at least in BCX. Like, yeah,
low tier champions. Brawlhalla, no way.
Dude, I think Jala also is like, I think Jala is just ridiculous. And the only people I see playing it are sometimes Stingray and then Pugsy, really. Like, no one else is that committed to the character aside from Pugsy.
I think, like, me and Witty don't play that much 2s, but I just, the other day, we were talking about just playing in winters and making sure we're playing in winters, and yeah, like, Brawlhalla is just gonna be set in stone forever. Like, from now until the rest of time, it's gonna be Brawlhalla, just never ever switching.
Yeah.
Maybe if Axe gets absolutely trolled, then it would be like Brawlhalla Orion or something, because he's crazy at that guy.
Yeah, Orion. I think Orion's insane in general. It's another one that, like, how are people not on the Orion train that much? I guess because they hate Lance. Like, that's really the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, Lance buffs, dang.
Oh yeah, what exactly was that?
So sidelight works better now. I don't know how exactly. Presumably, like, it'll combo into like all its aerials, like string wise, and like maybe sidelight dare true. I don't really know, but and then Nair is bigger. Oh no.
Yeah, like the middle part of Nair. I still think it's like gonna hit the same. Like, it's not gonna add anything necessarily, but I think it's gonna be easier to hit in like the part that they buffed, which I kind of forget what that exactly was. It was like the middle part, right? Early on middle.
Yeah, I think honestly Nair needed a buff, like, to be honest, because it was really small and really laggy. So
yeah, who knows?
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it depends how big of a buff this actually was. Like, I can't imagine it was that big. Definitely gonna be one of the smaller
like last
things.
year Nair. Gee.
Yeah.
That's oh no, I touched, nice.
Yeah. Ugh. Playing this game unarmed versus sight there, I do not like, because you could have just yoinked me.
Oh, that's
so broken.
Jeez.
Broken.
I just don't know. Like, think about it. Who's gonna win winters? Like, it's actually kind of an interesting thing to think about. Like, Cody certainly can win. Sandstorm certainly can win. You know.
Yeah.
I've been causing some trolling, but Qatar, like, Megdi's been, I feel like that guy's been playing really good, and Qatars have been getting really buffed, so.
Yeah, no, the Qatar changes, I'm really interested in, because I'm also probably going to pick them up again. Like, I want to play Lucian and Val like I did a little while ago, in, like, 2019. I think that was, like, my best roster that I had, because it was just like, okay, these are the only legends I played, like, the whole year. And I don't know, Qatars are also just really like, I think they're really easy to play. Not saying it's easy to find success, but like, just to get what you, I don't know, the stuff. It's not like
landing
the stuff
a
to do
hit is not so hard.
Yeah, and like the mechanics behind it are not, like, I don't think it's as hard as the other, or it's the easiest out of them all.
Yeah.
How much easier?
I think that one thing that's just so underrated, like, truly, is just doing raw jump nair on Qatars in this meta, because having like anti-airs with that much coverage for a lot of reasons right now is just really, really good, and a lot of Qatar players, they aren't doing enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that weapon certainly is really strong. I think Spear is not being like done right either in terms of its gameplay.
I think Ethan has a pretty good roadmap.
Yeah, I think Ethan's really he's like just really talented at the game. You can just sort of tell.
Yeah.
There's like too few pros for the number of weapons, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
There's not that many. Like, there's a lot of good players, but I feel like there's only you can count on one hand the amount of players that push their weapon to the limit.
yeah, I think out of all, like, I think Gauntlets have the most, like, the most players that are, like, actually, like, overall, like, relatively committed to the
Yeah,
weapon.
honestly, Snowy did a lot to the way Gauntlets are played. He plays them so weird. It's just like constantly spamming like safe stuff. Dude, I'm a straight noob.
I wouldn't even say, like, I think Snowy, just the way he plays in general was, like, it's so fitting for, like, he just figured out, like, oh wait, this style, like, also playing Rayman, it's like Rayman as a whole, the way that character works is just,
Bro, why does it have to be Rayman? Like, of course it's Rayman, dude.
yeah,
It's so
right.
dumb, dude.
Yeah.
If you were in Hypnotic at the time of BCX, bro, after I beat Snowy, I joined the call, and I was popping off, bro. Like, I was not happy about it. I was not
Nice.
happy about the way Rayman
Yeah.
was built.
Yeah, yeah, because like you said, he knows how to play safe, but he also finds ways to apply pressure. And unfortunately, a lot of the time oh, nice dish. A lot of the time it comes down to like the weapon throws, which are you know, I will say that like hopefully that style cannot last. But I mean, I know Snowy will find a way. He's literally, it's just like, again, he's literally just figured out what works this meta.
Yeah. Actually, he's like so good at finding out what's broken. He's legit
Yeah.
like better than like Boomy's supposed to be the guy that plays stuff that's OP, but Snowy's actually different with it. Like, I remember fighting his 9 Dex Brax in like 2018 or something. 9 Dex Brax, D-Light and Light True, and that's the only thing he did. And I just got bodied over and over it.
Yeah.
Like, the fact people weren't playing that is actually unreal.
No.
Oh no, it's one of these.
Oh, I'm dead.
Let's go. I actually love the Street Fighter crossover. It's super good. Where should I go
Like,
here?
I actually,
Maybe
I
Miami.
think I'm gonna have an easier time winning on Akuma than I am on Val, like, or even Stevani, because he's just the animations are just completely changed.
Yeah, it's a tall order to beat Stevani though. That legend is something, dude.
Yeah, but Akuma doesn't even use like his moves in like half his sigs, or not the weapon isn't like involved, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like sword end sig is literally just like his hand grabbing. Look at the gauntlet end sig, like he completely does like a rotate. It doesn't even make sense. But I digress. Like, it's just weird. I can't believe Val just has broken like 2 just absolutely crazy crossovers like that.
Oh. Almost hit the sh movement right there.
Ha! You did the
Cody.
thing. The flatten. Surprised that didn't work.
Sharkage.
Oh, that would have been huge.
Oh, that was good spacing.
And another patch where Shang doesn't get nerfed. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah. Ooh, saw that, I knew it.
Wow. I wonder how close that was actually hitting. That had to be so close.
Yeah, it was a GC too.
Yeah. What they do to Scythe in the upcoming patch? They like they're
One active frame on there, bro. No. Gutted.
Yeah, it's over. Scythe could very well be the best weapon in the game. Like Fate's, I think Fate's gonna be so good. I mean, same with Mordex. Mordex also is still gonna be crazy.
I think that Fate, I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah, I think that Fate is better than Mordex.
Maybe
Basically.
post this patch, like those 2 sig nerfs on Mordex could be important.
Why did they nerf it the force by like 12? Like, what the? That is not a shadow nerf.
Yeah, then you have the Queen Nai. The Queen Nai chain.
Yeah, 12 frames. What the heck?
It's actually gonna be night and day for Queen Nai players, but I don't know if that's really gonna. I'm actually curious. You know what? Now that I think about it, that actually Queen Nai could be a lot better this incoming
Yeah.
patch.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Because with Queen Nai, it's like, yeah. I mean,
But
who knows?
like, besides the, oh no, yeah, you got me. I'm glad I could explain the lore and everything, the Coslic's counter and the origins of the pick.
The origin story of Java and his nicks.
Exactly.